Like LeBron's like, looks at me after I check in. He's like, thumb down. This thumb down. This right here. So I'm like, it don't take rocket science. They're coming at me. They're coming right at me, right? What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Better Blue Podcast, hosted by yours truly, James Michael McAdoo, my brother Ryan Kelly.
From the other side of the couch.
From the other side of the couch. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody out there. See you brought in a little Christmas cheer with the hat, man.
You got to find some Christmas spirit when you're on the other side of the world sometimes.
I got the tree up for you, man.
Yeah, trees in the background. They can't see
man.
it, but it's beautiful. It's fun to be here with you.
I had the Christmas music playing in the weight room this morning too. I don't know if you heard it.
I heard it. I was singing right along.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. This is the Better Blue Podcast on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Ryan Kelly, 34, on all platforms. James McAdoo on all platforms. We hope you guys are doing well.
Hit that subscribe button,
yeah,
just click it.
Come
Boom.
talk to us.
Yeah.
What are we doing today, man? This is going to be a really laid-back, relaxed episode, kind of getting away from basketball a little bit, talk about some of our experiences around Christmas, both playing and being parents at the same time. What are we doing today, man? You want to give them a little more of a sneak peek?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk a little basketball with our experience playing on Christmas Day. We both got the chance to play on Christmas Day in the NBA, which is always...
That's crazy, man. That's a blessing, bro.
It's wild. And that's always seems like it's the NBA's day a little bit.
Sure. It is.
Maybe the NFL is trying to creep in on it a little bit, I think. But
they have a game on?
I think they might be trying to.
Nice.
But anyway, it's kind of the NBA's day, and we both experienced playing and have some stories or a story on that. Want to talk a little bit about what it's like to be overseas playing basketball through Christmas, in Japan.
Yeah.
It's a little different as we are now. And hit that, talk about our own favorite present from when we were a kid, or at least memorable.
Little thing.
Yeah. And a little bit roll that right into maybe what it's like for our kids and what they've been begging for and may or may not get Christmas Day. Obviously, we're recording this the week before Christmas, or a few days before Christmas here, and so we'll see what Santa brings for our kids. They still have a few days. They have to be nice with the Elf on the Shelf watching.
Yes, Elf on the Shelf. For all of you that don't know, get you one. If you have kids, this is a great way to kind of, definitely the month of December.
Yes, month of December.
They got to be on their P's and Q's, as they like to say.
The Elf is watching.
The Elf is always watching. How many times did you get to play on Christmas?
I think I might have played at least twice, and maybe all 3 years I was with the Lakers.
I would imagine. I mean, I feel like they always. I can't remember the last time.
We were always on Christmas Day, obviously, for the legacy factor of the Lakers. I would say with the Warriors, you were there because you were great. Yeah, and you brought eyeballs.
I don't think they were on my. I wasn't on the team quite yet my first year, but I think because of the NBA Finals matchup, the next matchup was Christmas Day, and that was the first time I got to play on Christmas, which was, I think, the finals rematch.
That's right.
Which I don't think they're doing this year, but I think they are doing the Warriors Grizzlies, which was a much anticipated matchup from the playoffs last year.
Yeah, last year in the playoffs, there's a lot of smack talk involved in that one. When you look back, the experience, in my opinion, was fun. Did you go into it going, man, I'd rather be home for Christmas? Or
no, we were home.
Home though. You still had to go to the gym,
for sure,
warm up,
for sure.
The whole deal.
I mean, this was my second year in the league. So like I said, I got called up after Christmas my rookie year. So this was my second year. So I mean, once I was able to win an NBA championship my rookie year, everything after that was kind of like, a little bit below that. Yeah. But still, playing on Christmas Day was an amazing, something that I grew up, watching with my family. And if you're a basketball player, that's just a huge day, you know. And to get that opportunity to have the uniform on, you know, they always do the special edition. Back then, it was sponsored by Adidas,
Yep.
which, you know, I'm a Nike guy. I'm not afraid to say that.
Me too.
So it was a little, you know, not as special. It's kind of I'm mad because I only got to be in the league 1 year when they were sponsored by Nike.
Yeah.
So that's not to say that we don't appreciate Adidas here.
Yeah,
we're open.
Adidas.
We're open to any and all brands, endorsements, apparel.
We've been crushing the dunks.
We have been. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, it was cool, you know, just to be able to put the Christmas uniform on. You know, they got all the special edition, everything, and we won the game. I got to play. I don't think I scored. I think I got in at the very end, snagged the rebound, made it to the box score. You know,
that's key.
So crazy, man. I will say, the next year though, still in the NBA, still playing from the Warriors. We're playing at the Cavaliers, and I was, you know, out of the rotation. It was one of those situations where a lot of y'all don't know that in the NBA at the time they didn't have the two-way, so it was 15 guys on the roster.
Yep.
12 guys can dress. 12 guys? Yeah, I think 12. 12 or 13.
12 or 13. I want to say it was 13.
I want to say it's 13. So two guys are always inactive.
Yep.
You know, maybe it's one guy's injured and one guy just has to put a suit on. I think we might have had one guy injured at the time. And it was always sometimes, I mean, it was never, sometimes it was a different guy, you know, but it was usually from like maybe 2 or 3 guys.
Yep.
And it just so happened that this was my day because of the matchups, you know. And I think it was like a late scratch too because I didn't even have a suit. And I just remember Steve Kerr was like, yeah, man, we're gonna have you inactive tonight. So, I mean, I made the most of it, man. I watched, you know, kicking my feet up in the locker room back there at Quicken Loans Arena, hung out with the video guys, and, you know.
Halftime.
Hey, good job. Good luck out there, fellas. You know, watch the game on TV. And they ended up losing the game. But a fun thing was that my sister had flown up from North Carolina she was going to watch the game, but, you know, she ended up just coming up and then ended up flying with me on the team plane. The Warriors occasionally they would let you have a family member
that's cool.
fly on the team plane. So she flew back with me and my nephew to Northern California, which was cool. And we got to celebrate Christmas together. But, man, like I said, crazy that we both got to play in, you know, such a huge, you know, just bucket list thing in terms of playing in the NBA.
Can't be many professions in the world where it's like, I want to work on Christmas Day. I mean,
true story.
Even college, you go home, maybe you get a chance to go home for Christmas. I mean, a day or two, being close to home, both of us relatively. I'm sure we could take advantage of that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, NBA was like, I want to be there on Christmas
That's what you
Day.
look for.
All the eyeballs are on. The guys that are the teams that are playing, there's a reason. The NBA has clearly picked a reason.
For sure.
And again, my Lakers teams were not good, but just being a part of the Lakers franchise, the magnitude of all that was awesome. And my actual Christmas Day story that I have kind of is really a welcome to the NBA moment for me too. It overlaps a little bit because my rookie year, most of it, you know, I got drafted with the 48th pick, but I was on a non-guaranteed deal because as we've mentioned or we're going to be mentioning in pods, we've talked a little bit about the Miami game, but my foot was broken.
Yeah.
So after my senior year, foot's broken, have to get it fixed up, all that. And so it's healing. Like a lot of preseason, it was still healing.
Yeah.
So they nowadays 48th picks sign like 3-year deals with a year or two guarantee, but I was on a 1-year non-guaranteed deal and had to make the team. Spent most of the first 2 months of the season in what then was the DLeague, now is the GLeague.
Playing for the Defenders.
Yep, for the LA Defenders, which was very nice. The fact that they played in the same gym that we practiced in.
Nice.
It was very convenient. And right before Christmas, Mike D'Antoni was my coach, we've mentioned before, and he said to me, I'm getting you in the rotation. Like, you've been practicing well, playing well with the Defenders. You're going to start getting minutes here, which is, by the way, an awesome thing for a coach to do because a lot of coaches, not all, it just depends, but there are certainly a lot of coaches that you'd be sitting there, you haven't played in 2 months, and they'd just be like, Ryan.
Yeah, you're in.
Mac, go, perform.
Yeah.
And my guy, Mike D'Antoni, was like, oh, you know, he gave me a heads up, which I always appreciated. And in that game, we were playing the Miami Heat, the Heatles with LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh in their prime. Again, we were,
and they're the marquee.
They're the marquee. Yeah. We're the fan base,
sure.
like the big fan base.
It's in LA for a reason.
It's in LA for a reason. So anyway, this is literally, it's the first game all season. I'd only played maybe 4 or 5 games at all.
Okay.
Mostly just 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And this is the first game of the season that I played double-figure minutes.
Okay.
Ended up playing just shy of 17 minutes in the game. So legitimately played both halves of the game. And early on in that game, well, I should say, to give my own, pat myself on the back, had 4 points, 1 board, 1 assist, 2 fouls. So I did get in the box score.
Which is crazy. Timeout.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when you first started playing? Like I remember when I first started playing, I was in 8th grade. I made varsity.
You made varsity in 8th grade?
That was a small private school.
Oh, okay.
Just getting in the box score though, like just scoring, getting a rebound or something. Well, I think it was just scoring at that time.
Yeah.
And then waking up the next day and just seeing, McAdoo 8, McAdoo 12.
It's crazy how that started over.
Yeah.
Like when you got to the NBA.
Yeah, it's just
like in college, if I had said I had 4 points,
just
a
like,
board,
whatever.
and assist,
Yeah,
I'd be like, man, that was,
Sorry, I just had to.
No, it's
I just
true.
had to reminisce, man.
Oh, around Christmas time, you got to think of those.
Yeah, man.
Those little presents.
Those little presents, man.
Yeah.
Came a long way.
Yeah. Anyway, so I get subbed in. I'm only playing like the first time. I think it was some point in the first quarter. Get subbed in, and I don't remember who I'm guarding at this time, but play goes up and down. There's a dead ball. I've only been out there for like a minute.
Yeah.
First time. I know I'm in the rotation. Like Mike D'Antoni has told me I'm in the rotation. I'm going to play minutes. Heat bring in some subs. LeBron had been on the bench. He comes in. Chris Bosh goes out. Whatever. I don't know what happens. But anyways, I start looking around and see that who's the power forward? I'm playing the 4. I'm like, oh, LeBron. LeBron's at the 4.
Nice.
So, I've always been. I'm the first to admit I'm not the most laterally. I think my dad would call me laterally challenged, and probably not the strongest guy in the world either.
It's all good.
I have my own positives, but those are not on that list. And so I look around, and my team is like, "You got LeBron." So it's their ball side out of bounds. They pass it into LeBron, who's the 4, the power forward. Of course, he's basically the point guard.
Thank you.
And he literally just starts walking the ball up, just waves off immediately.
Court gets really lonely.
Very
I've
lonely.
been there, man.
Yeah.
We've both been in ice. We've both been isolated by LeBron, man. I don't know if we should dap up in that way, man.
Hey, a lot of people can't dap up over that. A lot of people can't dap over that. In Staples, now Crypto or whatever, but it's Staples.
Probably not for long.
Yeah, exactly. The lights, the crowd lights are dim. It's like literally there was a spotlight
in the background.
It's like there's a spotlight on LeBron, and I'm like in the shadow. And he waves everybody off, and I'm giving him space. I know I can't stay in front of him, and all of a sudden I hear. I'll put my guy Nick Young on blast, but it's just more funny. I hear Nick Young to my right go, "Send him here.
Yeah.
Send him this way," or whatever.
Good teammate, man.
Yeah, good teammate.
Like, I got your back, bro.
Communicating. Got my back. So I'm like, all right, cool. I shift my feet to force him, LeBron to his left, so towards my right side. As soon as I shift my feet, he attacks, goes right down the middle of the lane, and I turn to look. Nick Young's nowhere to be found.
Bad teammate.
Now he's a bad teammate. I take solace in the fact that I fouled him.
Okay.
And he didn't make the shot. Oh. So I'm sure he probably made the free throws.
Make him earn it, man.
But, hey, I didn't give up an and one. And moments later, I heard, and I was out.
we gotta pull up our synergy on LeBron, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm over 500 getting stops.
I think that might have been my one chance.
Hopefully he missed the free throws, man.
I did get D Wade a
Okay.
year or two later. Yeah, 2 years later. No, it was the next year because I guarded. I like started on D Wade.
Jeez, Christmas Day?
No, I
Oh,
shouldn't
in
say not
regular
Christmas
season.
Day, but
Okay.
I that year I played mostly small forward.
Okay, yeah. remember
I started games on wings.
Yeah.
That was a challenge.
Yeah, LeBron, man. He doesn't mince his words. I had a situation like that in the finals where similar to you, Coach Kerr, this was, I want to say, the year that we lost 3-1. Coach Kerr lets me know, hey, I'm going to put you in the lineup this game. So I'm like, cool. So I'm ready. So I get out there. As soon as I step on the floor, I think we were up 2-1 at this time. So this is game 4 in Cleveland. So we're up 2-1, game 4. This is the game that Draymond ended up. I don't know if he didn't get kicked out of that game, but this is the game where he got in trouble.
The whole thing, yep.
So I check in the game. First time playing in the finals, we had just won it the year before. I'm in the game. This is it. This is maybe the biggest moment of my career.
There's nothing.
I get to the free throw line. Kyrie's out there, K-Love, J.R. Smith, Richard Jefferson might have been the other guy, and LeBron's right here. I think Shumpert was right here. Like K-Love was over there, and Kyrie's out floating on the perimeter. But LeBron's like, looks at me after I check in. He's like, thumb down. This thumb down. This right here. So I'm like, it don't take rocket science. They're coming at me. They're coming right at me, right? It's coming right at me. Run down. I think I was on Richard Jefferson. Ended up getting switched onto a ball screen, not with LeBron, but with Kyrie. And I stopped him, man. I stopped your Dookie boy, man. It was a big stop, man.
I need to see that film.
That was probably one of the – and I ended up having for the minutes that I played, I got to look at the stats. I don't remember. But I scored a couple buckets. That was probably one of the craziest moments. Like, I never forget, like, that feeling flying back up 3-1, having just played a role, like a legit role. Like, I played rotational minutes in an NBA Finals game, man.
That's so cool.
And then getting the text like, Draymond Green suspended. I'm just like, it's about to get real tough from here on out. And everybody knows how that story ends.
Yeah.
So,
not the prettiest.
Merry Christmas, LeBron, from Adam Silver. I've had some fun times on Christmas. I got a funny story to tell you about when I was playing overseas in Italy. So, like you said, we're here in Japan. We've played on Christmas Day every year I've been here.
Basically,
we've played the last 2 years at least.
Yeah.
When I was overseas playing in Italy, which I've talked about the traumatic,
the tough time
experience that was for me. This is a safe place.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So, unlike the NBA where you get paid twice a month, overseas you get paid once a month. So I go to a team that's notorious for, being a little funny with the money, aka, the check might not hit on time. It's not the direct deposit that a lot of y'all probably receive from your places of employment.
I was
over here,
say, overseas, especially in Europe,
you're getting random pings left and right. You're like, what is this? Like, this isn't even the full amount. You're like, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
A different country. You're like, I'm playing in Italy, but I'm getting a direct deposit from,
Kazakhstan,
Seoul, South Korea. Like, Kazakhstan. What is this? Money's just popping in your account, man. So I was fed up. This was my first year overseas. I'm just like, this is so unprofessional. Get to Christmas time, right? The team is struggling. That's not helping the situation.
It never does.
The money is late. The money's been late at this point. So I'm just like, listen, man, I'm not coming to work like with a great attitude, if y'all aren't paying.
Yep.
On top of that, right, we're playing Christmas. They're like, hey, we're staying in a hotel tonight, Christmas Eve. I'm like, y'all must be outside your mind.
Home game.
Yeah,
so they're putting you up in a hotel.
Y'all are going to pay for a hotel, right?
When you normally don't, obviously.
When you normally don't, yeah. And clearly we never stayed in a hotel for a home game. Y'all are going to pay for a hotel just to get us away from our families without paying us? Bro, when I tell you I was like, absolutely not. Man, I didn't. No, sir. So, of course, they lost their mind on me.
Yeah, that's.
They went crazy on me. Didn't let me play. Just made such a big deal, But I'm just like, I mean, at the time, I was quote unquote naive because that's a regular occurrence overseas. Like looking back at it, if that were to have happened later on in my career, after having now known what I known, I would have just had to suck it up. In those situations, you just got to go, be the bigger man. But man, that just was a rough Christmas, man.
That's tough.
That was tough.
Around Christmas
and
time.
I'm at home, like it couldn't, I couldn't even enjoy it because I knew I was gonna get in trouble the next day. Man,
mine's not Christmas, but I had a similar experience in my time in Spain.
Yeah.
With my team in Spain, and the ACB is considered like
second best league
in the world.
Sure.
And I was on a club that was supported by a soccer team that does well.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I signed there was because everybody was like, this team pays on time. Yeah. I'd heard some horror stories. And I swear, not one paycheck came like earlier than 2 weeks late.
Yeah.
And most people be like, "Oh, at least you got
time,
them all."
2 weeks late is on time.
I know 2 weeks late is on time.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Your first year over, you don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that. Yeah, and I was like,
know that. You like, bro, where is my bread? Where is my chicken, man?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
And you're doing 2 a days, 2 hours each.
You out there grinding.
And you're like, in between practices, I'm looking to see if it hit the account.
No, sir. My financial advisor's like, yo, I'll let you know when it hits, bro. It's not hitting yet.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
I feel like for me, maybe other guys it does the opposite of the effect it's supposed to have. Like
there's zero motivation.
You need to earn this. You need to. I'm like,
this is exactly how I show up for practice when I don't get paid. All right, man. I'll be here. Y'all let me know when the check hit. I'll be out there.
Good news here in Japan. Don't have to worry about it.
No, we don't. And it's actually, it's nice. We've had all home games since I've been here on Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is nice. And we have another home game on Christmas. So that'll be exciting, man. So if y'all want to check us out, tune in. We're going to be playing right downtown in Tokyo.
Yeah, come on to Shibuya.
Ayama Gaikin University.
Yeah.
Pack the house.
Christmas here in Japan is interesting because, it's not a religious holiday here. Sure. It's what it is actually, the tradition, which I believe started in like the 70s. I looked this up actually.
Okay.
Actually, once again, my wife did some stats and told me, because I didn't know. I've been here for years. I didn't know this. I knew that the tradition is to go to KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and KFC everywhere around Japan sells out.
Nice.
On Christmas Day.
Good for them, man.
And Christmas is kind of a Valentine's Day like holiday.
Yeah. It's not
like a family like big deal.
No time off.
But people go on dates around Christmas. Like couples go on dates and buy each other gifts. And
nothing closes either.
No, nothing closes.
Nothing closes.
Yeah, we can still hit Shake Shack.
Shake Shack, man.
Hopefully that's open.
Is Shake Shack like the #1 American fast food spot here in Japan?
I mean, in my mind, in our mind it is.
Lauren told me that they're actually building a Shake Shack in Chapel Hill.
That's right. And there's one in Cary.
It's about to open like soon, but I'm just like,
it won't be the same.
It won't be the same because I'm like, man, Shake Shack is my thing here. Like if I go home and somebody's like, you want to eat Shake Shack? I'm like, well, excuse me, I can't. Like I eat it so much here. It's like my thing here.
It'd always be synonymous with Japan.
It'd always be, for sure.
Shake Shack, the Brooklyn burger spot. Oh, that's funny. So what do we got? Let's hit the what's your favorite present?
Man, my favorite present
from when you were a kid.
When I was a kid. This was, I want to say either ninth grade, man. Our family dog died towards the end of my 8th grade year. R.I.P. Rosie. And so we had no dog. I think we went through like a goldfish phase, maybe like a little cockatiel bird phase, which ended bad.
Isn't that a big commitment? I mean, birds.
I think he died. He inhaled some paint fumes. We left him. It's a long story. I think my mom killed him, so I'm blaming you, Mom. Then I think we might have went through like a little hamster phase. Like this is all within like like that summer.
We did that.
Ninth grade rolls around, Christmas time rolls around, and I never forget. I woke up Christmas morning to my mom and dad giving me, I guess really my first puppy, because the dog that we had first was already born when I was alive. You know, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So this was like my family's, gift to me. So
Not.
I got a white Labrador Retriever.
Was it like in a box, like a present?
Nah,
or
I wasn't
it was
in a
just,
box. They just brought him in.
Still a
And,
very cool
yeah.
Christmas moment.
So we named him DeBrickashaw. So there was a big time NFL player out of Norfolk, Virginia, DeBrickashaw Ferguson. Yeah. So that was his name for like a day. And then I was like, absolutely
That's
not.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a mouthful.
So then we went with Kobe, who was and is my favorite basketball player growing up. So yeah, man, and great dog, crazy story. You're not even gonna believe this. So obviously Kobe passed away. I want to say that was January 2020.
Yep.
So I'm overseas playing in Belgrade, Serbia, and I'm sitting there, and my dog Kobe he was old. I want to say he was 14 at the time. So I kind of knew, and I kind of told my parents, like, don't wait for me, and when the time is right, do what has to be done. So, my parents called me, and they let me know in January. They're like, hey, just so you know, we had to put Kobe down. They euthanized him, all that at the house. Sad story.
Not many things sadder.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Dog. Yeah.
Sorry to bring this down, but I mean, he lived a great life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he'll always be with us forever. Like they say, all dogs go to heaven. So that happened, and then the very next day, I kid you not, is when Kobe Bryant died. So I don't know how you found out, and I don't mean to like make this, a sad episode, but Kobe's obviously no longer with us, but he had such a huge, impact on my life, both as a kid, growing up, watching him play, and just, shaped the way that I have come to just love the game of basketball. And I never forget, my agent called me. He's like, hey, man, Kobe died. I'm just like, bro, like, what kind of sick joke is this? Like, how do you know my dog died? Like, this was literally the next day after we put my dog down. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you trying to be funny? He's like, nah, man, Kobe Bryant died. So, man, it was just crazy, and I actually wore these shoes today because these are kind of like my recreation of the Kobe 4s that he wore 2008 Christmas Day when they played against the Boston Celtics.
That's sweet.
Which is maybe my favorite. Just the Kobe 4s for sure, my favorite.
That's Kobe's
basketball shoe of all time.
Yeah.
And that colorway was just immaculate, just perfect in my opinion, man. So shout out to you, Kobe, man. We miss you. The game will never be the same without you, man. And
how many kids have done
throwing the
Kobe,
man, dudes that have no business. I got some homies back in high school. I'd be like, bro, you the third string offensive lineman. Why you yelling Kobe, man?
In the locker room, Kobe. Across the hallway, Kobe.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
What are the Kelly kids getting for Christmas, man?
Well, don't I get to talk about my present? That went all over the place. I got to talk about.
My bad, man.
Yeah, I mean that was very moving and great story. Or not great, but amazing
what did
that
Mom
happened.
And Dad Kelly get? What did Miss Doreen get for you, man?
Papa Kelly and Mama Kelly. I was in middle school. I couldn't tell you what grade it was. Big present that we all got because I'm younger brother, younger sister, Sean and Aaron. I'm the oldest. And
shout out, Aaron just got married, right?
Engaged.
Getting married?
Yeah, she's getting
Aaron.
married in the summer. Yeah. She was just texting me today, asking me about the type of wines she should have at the wedding. So I'm doing my best to help there.
Get the good stuff.
But get the good stuff, exactly.
Opus. Do we tell the Opus story? No,
we'll say that. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
And we got up for Christmas, and the big present. There weren't a lot of presents under the tree, but there was a big present, and it was.
How big we talking?
Well, I'll tell you what it was.
All right.
It was a big trampoline.
Oh wow!
Like the one. So my dad
was it outside.
Outside.
Okay, I'm like,
yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that. It had not been built yet.
Oh, it was
so
like
then
in a
my
box.
dad spent
Sheesh.
all of Christmas Day
Good for your dad, man.
and putting together this big
Yeah.
trampoline. And
I'm surprised he let y'all get that, man. Those things are dangerous.
very dangerous. And I'm pretty sure now, I don't know, back then
maybe
too.
not back then. The
You have to disclose it to insurance. I think,
MO
on your
wasn't
house.
it wasn't out yet. That those things were like people were like getting their head stuck between the springs and
My dad, to this day, he says one time he was bouncing on it, and everybody that has a trampoline knows you get a trampoline, you love it like crazy, then you stop going on it, and then you're like, I'll go on the trampoline again. You know, he goes through the phases up and down. And my dad always says,
I'd pay money to watch your dad on the trampoline.
one time he's jumping, he's like, my knee. And nothing ever happened. Like, it wasn't so bad that he, went and got surgery or something. But he's like, I don't think my knee's ever been the same.
That is
since
hilarious.
jumping on the trampoline. But that was like the memorable, like, big thing
awesome.
that we got. And then my favorite, in retrospect, present, when I'm like, things that my parents got for me that is just funny and great, because I'm going to use it on my own kids. I know this. It's going to carry. Is every year, once we got our cell phone, once we were allowed to, whatever cell phone we got, I don't remember.
Sidekick, the Razor.
Might have been a Razor.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, once we started being allowed to,
Yeah.
he would, every Christmas, wake up and there'd be a letter in the tree from him to Ryan.
Yeah.
And you open up the letter. It was every year. And you open up the letter, and it was typed up, just like a blank white sheet of paper, and he had typed up on there, 1 more year of cell phone service.
Just keeping you humble.
And, yeah, exactly. And through my 18 to 25, before I had kids, I was like, how absurd is that? Come on, Dad.
Absolutely not.
And then I had kids, and I was like, I'm taking that. I am absolutely using that.
When did your parents kick you off their cell phone plan? I'm trying to remember. I think mine kicked me off like as soon as I left college.
I think when I moved to LA, I had to do it too.
Like as soon as I turned pro.
Because I still have an LA area code.
Oh, really? I didn't know
I have
that.
424. Because for some reason I couldn't keep my
You couldn't switch it
919
over.
or something.
Yeah.
And 424. Because back in the day we were Verizon. Once you go overseas,
T-Mobile for life.
T-Mobile, that free.
I even got my mom and dad to switch over because they do a lot of
my whole family's
traveling.
T-Mobile.
They go overseas. I'm like, T-Mobile.
Best for travel if you're
so
leaving the country.
janky in Chapel Hill. So janky, bro. I get better service here in Japan than I do in Chapel Hill, bro. Come on, T-Mobile. Get it together.
It's great overseas, though.
It's amazing.
Yeah, free overseas.
Yeah, I'll never forget, the first year playing overseas, my bill.
Oh, crazy. I still have Verizon then, too.
Yeah, that was my, before I switched.
Yep.
I was like, never again. That was trying to go to the Italian cell phone place and get a little mobile Wi-Fi was just
such a pain. Such
a pain, man. So
what's going on in the McAdoo household? What are the girls looking for Christmas?
So they've been behaving, but obviously I'm only talking to them for maybe a combined hour a day over FaceTime. So I have to.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I have to really check in with Lauren and see how they're doing, behavioral wise. But I think the elf on the shelf has been keeping them in line. Carly, I think is her name.
Carly.
Yeah, she's been keeping them in line. Another thing that I saw Lindsay doing the other day when we went to Costco that Lauren has also been doing. A tip for all you parents out there, right? You're hanging out.
We all can use them.
You're with your kids. This could be, Christmas time, really any time. I mean, I remember seeing my wife do this over the summer. Kids always want to touch stuff. When you're at the store, they want to buy any and everything, that they can get their hands on. Quick little tip. You find yourself, September, October. Hey, Mom, I want to buy this new, Barbie doll. I want to buy this new, I don't know, squirt gun. This is a simple trick. You just say, okay, let's take a picture of it. You give them your phone. You let them take a picture of it, and you say, we'll send it to Santa, or we'll, keep this photo saved for when Christmas time comes around. And the kids, I kid you not, I saw Lauren do this from afar. I thought it was some type of sorcery. The way she had my kid just.
It's like they're satisfied.
Sawyer was like, oh, okay, Mom.
Yeah.
Took the photo, didn't ask, didn't Didn't say another word.
Yeah.
Now it's Christmas time. They don't even remember.
Yeah,
They don't even remember.
it was just for that moment.
Just for that moment.
Yeah.
It's like they buy it. It's over.
Yeah.
I saw Lizzie do it. Was at Costco. I was like, her and Lauren, man, they're a great team.
That is a
Great
good
tip
Yeah.
to use for all you parents out there. But the girls, man, they're on a big, like I said, they're on a big Barbie kick, LOL doll kick. Probably the biggest thing I bought them was like one of those little Barbie doll heads where they can work on the makeup and the braiding, so they ain't got to do that with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired. I'm tired. Lauren she just be throwing me to the wolves, man.
Daddy looks like he
Yeah.
could use some blush on
Yeah.
his cheeks.
She just throws me. I get over practice, throw me to this. I love it, man.
Yeah.
And I deserve it, man. But the makeup's got to stop. It's got to stop.
At least neither of us have come in with our nails painted.
Nah, that's the worst, bro.
Yeah.
That's the absolute worst when they want to start. And it's like everything that I've done with Sawyer, I'm doing it over again with Noah. You know, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. What about the Kelly kids, man?
Well, my son has been convinced. Well, he's been convinced for like a year, but his best friend back home, his buddy Josh. He always talks about his buddy Josh, and Josh, he has an iPad.
Okay.
And so since he saw his buddy Josh, like back in summertime, had an iPad, he's like, I have to have an iPad. And I'm like, why?
I will say your kids have expensive taste. When I was over the other day asking them what they want, I was like, wow, this is quite the you guys are shooting for the stars here.
Exactly.
The iPad, I was like, man, you think Mr. McAdoo, I'm glad you, okay.
But the problem is, my son, that's like, I want an iPad.
Yeah,
I want an iPad.
yeah.
I want an iPad.
He didn't deviate from that.
But then he's also now convinced his sisters, they've got to have iPads.
Good man.
So, if we get him an iPad,
Yeah, you can't.
I can't leave.
You gotta,
Daughters. I'm like, this is not how Christmas is supposed to go. I'm not supposed to be buying 3 iPads
What
for
would your
Christmas.
dad do in this situation?
He'd say you're not getting
There's
an
no
iPad.
way. Yeah.
No, actually, what he would do is get the what's the knockoff iPad?
Yeah, you get the little. I don't know exactly what you're talking about off of Amazon. Amazon always got to fake something.
Exactly.
That's
That's
half
what
the
would
price.
happen.
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
Does the same stuff.
Yeah. So he's been all on that. He's on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
He wants all the 2K, all the, I don't know, some game called Splatoon,
yeah.
3, which is everywhere here.
Yeah.
It's on every sign here.
I saw it when I was just downtown today.
Yeah, he wants that. And good news is, whenever your girls get back, our girls are right. As
Exactly.
we
I'm
know.
like, whatever.
They're just going to want the same.
They're just going to be like, all right, here's your Christmas. Here's like, they're going
LOL
the
dolls
great- yeah.
or I don't even know what that is. What is an LOL doll?
LOL doll is something that I didn't know either until I came home. I think it was maybe after the COVID season. I came home after not seeing my kids for like 2 months, and then just like LOL dolls. I'm like, what is that? Like, what is an LOL doll? Never heard of it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, a little. You can see that's actually one right there.
It comes in a little ball.
In that little ball.
Yeah.
It's just like a small little. It's just like I could have thought of this.
You'd be a multi-millionaire.
Multi-millionaire. I don't know what it, but the kids love it.
What age do you think it flipped for you that it was better to give gifts than it was to receive them? Was it not until you became a parent?
Nah, I've never been a huge gift guy. Lauren will attest to that because it's like, I'm from the if you want it, buy it yourself type of, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm from that, especially within a marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, listen, it's not that I'm not thoughtful. It's just like, what else do you need? I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So, and then it's tough. It's like, she's got Lauren's birthday's in October.
Yeah.
And not that that's an excuse, but it's like, what are we doing here? Mother's Day is sprinkled in there somewhere.
Are you kidding me?
I should probably know the date.
I got my wife's birthday is December 20th.
Happy birthday to Lindsay, man.
Yeah.
Coming up here soon.
She's a professional. She won't like that I'm knocking her. I'm not knocking her. We laugh about it. But she's a professional. Here's this gift for you.
Yeah.
It's really for both of us.
Oh, Mac. Yeah. Oh, for both? Okay.
Oh, no. Here, Merry Christmas. Here, Happy Birthday.
It's something that she'll use?
It's tickets to a concert you want to go to. Yeah, she's good at those. But I love her.
Yeah, Lawrence, I think both of us are getting to that point now where we'd much rather just do the experiences, which is tough, which is obviously tough during the season. But we got a couple trips planned this summer that we're just kind of like, all right, let's just chill. You know, I got her a little gift. She got inducted into the Florida State Volleyball Hall of Fame, so I got her a nice look. Yeah, man, shout out to Lomac, man. Only Hall of Fame. Well, you Hall of Fame?
Excuse me.
You Hall of Fame, brother?
I'm
Ravens, they already inducted you, man. You got the fast jack because of Mama Dukes, man. Norfolk Christian making me wait, man.
How is it? Come on.
Norfolk
Christian.
I know.
That's got
It's all good. I want to do it when I'm done, though. That way I can at least
That'd be cool.
Enjoy it.
I was able to go because it was when I was a pro
okay.
in the league, and they did it.
All-Star?
No, it wasn't All-Star. It was in the fall. It was like early fall. I got to get home, I think. Or it was a football game or something like that.
Yeah.
And they don't retire numbers or jerseys though.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool to like.
What do they do? Just put your name into
you just
the
go in
Ring of Honor.
Man, whatever it is.
Lomac got me this for last. She got me this last Christmas, man. So I wore it today just to
that's nice.
let her know I appreciate it.
That's real nice.
Patagonia, man. You got something like this, don't
you? Actually,
what you get me for Christmas?
No. This right here, I think this is your present. This is a shirt that I purchased. For the
Good
camera,
for you, man.
You can see it.
Yeah, Final Four.
This is the Final Four from last year. Just wanted to give you one.
That's a dope shirt, man.
It's a pretty cool shirt. It would be a lot cooler if I didn't know the history of the Final Four that happened. What happened at this Final Four?
Yeah, I mean, it was bad for you, but it was, inevitably bad for us also.
Yeah. So my present is not to give you this shirt. It's just to wear it on the pod one time.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. If anybody's wondering who's just listening, it's the Final Four shirt. It has the Duke, Carolina, Villanova, and Kansas. But I take solace in the fact that Carolina didn't win the whole thing.
Did y'all ever get any cool gifts when you were playing at Duke for Christmas? Because I will say we didn't, but when
I was gonna say I don't remember getting a Christmas.
When we were in the NBA, I used to love all the free stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
Draymond and then would get us free Beats box. Man, we used to have so much stuff,
beats.
Man. I used to have like a place in my garage, man, where like people would come over. I just be like, yo, go pick something out, man. Yeah. I used to have so much stuff.
Same way I gave away so much stuff, and then I got home now. I have a house, and I'm looking. I'm like, I have nothing left.
I know I should have kept. I'm like,
so I got a few things I should have kept here. They were nice
for sure.
But yeah,
I got all that.
Definitely got treated well.
Definitely, man. Well, hopefully when this pod drops, man, we'll have won both our games over the weekend, and hope everybody, gets to really enjoy this time off, with your friends, with your family. It's a beautiful time before we go into the new year. Big month for the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils. 8 ACC games for both of our respective teams, and it's been go time. December's been go time, but January, it's for real.
It's when we remember the ACC starting. So
for sure.
That's when the ACC really starts in our mind.
It does.
We want to give you guys a little break. Sometimes you just need a little break from not that we ever want to stop rooting for Duke and Carolina, but it's Christmas time. They're not playing. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We're having a great time over here recording and doing stuff for you guys. Hopefully this is a little Christmas present.
Yeah.
And as always, follow Better Blue Podcasts.
Please.
All channels. Hit that subscribe button. And, mailbag came out last week. I think that was a giant success. Yeah. So keep hitting the mailbag.
Please, man.
betterbluepodcast@gmail.com. Appreciate all the love. And, let's have a great new year.
Thanks.
Happy holidays.
Thanks, Devin. Yep. Appreciate you, brother. Enjoy this time off, man. I know we will.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all soon.
Peace.
Peace.